Hey guys, welcome back to Rogue Duelist Trade, where we talk about upcoming Yu-Gi-Oh product and whether or not you should invest your money in order to profit. We're actually going to do a special episode today. We're going to talk about how to set up an account on TCGplayer and start selling product. On some of my videos, I've had you guys ask me in the comment section, how do I set up a TCGplayer account? How do I start selling product? And I actually looked on YouTube and I really couldn't find anything that did exactly that. And because this is an investment channel in selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I thought it would probably be beneficial if I went and showed you guys how easy it is to set up a TCGplayer account and start selling your cards. Guys, before I jump into this video, if you enjoy content like this, go ahead and like this video. Hit that like button. When you guys like videos, it really shows me what type of content you guys like to see. That way I can continue making the content that you guys want. Also, if you guys like investment discussions on Yu-Gi-Oh product and everything that relates to investing and selling your Yu-Gi-Oh cards, subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. That way, every time I create a new video and post it on YouTube, you guys will be the first one to see it. And also, guys, go ahead and share this video. I hope after this video, you guys realize how easy it is to actually set up your account and start selling with TCGplayer. It is not daunting at all. I know when I first got into selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards, it was really scary, the thought of going and setting that up and figuring it out, but it's actually extremely user-friendly, very simple, and I think you guys are gonna find that you could probably go and do this in just 30 minutes. And I also wanna mention, this video is not sponsored by TCGplayer. I am making this video for you guys because this is an investment channel, and I want you guys to be able to make your investments and be able to sell and profit off those investments as soon as possible. So let's go ahead and jump in. So here you are, just go ahead and start at the TCGplayer.com website and then go and click this button that's in the top right corner, which is Sell With Us. Once you click there, if you don't have an account already, you would go and click Start Selling. If you do have an account, you click Sign into your seller account, which is how I sign into my account on a daily basis. But for this scenario, we're gonna go ahead and do Start Selling. So after you click that button, you're gonna be taken to a quick questionnaire from TCGplayer, so that way they kind of understand what kind of seller you are and whether or not you currently have an account. So are you a brick and mortar? In most cases, this would be no. If you are, obviously click yes. Are you a seller in TCGplayer? For this example, I'm gonna put no, even though I am. What TCGplayer services are you interested in? You would click the simplest option if you're just starting out, which is I would like to create a TCGplayer seller account. I'm just gonna go ahead and fill in some kind of phony info here. I'm gonna go ahead and put in an email that I actually created for this demonstration for you guys. I'm not gonna fill in this information here, but if you have any information you wanna add, you can go ahead and put that there. And then if you would like to receive their newsletter, you can click yes. For this example, I'm gonna click no, and then just submit. Now guys, that's basically it. So my form was just submitted and it says a customer service agent's gonna be in touch with me shortly. So you just wait about 24 hours. You're gonna have somebody from TCGplayer review your submission, and then they're gonna go ahead and basically turn on your account. So now let's assume that my account was approved. I'm gonna go ahead and go into my actual seller account in TCGplayer. It's the exact same login screen that you would see when you're logging into your buyer account when you're actually buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So I'm gonna go ahead and click log on. And here you are, this is the dashboard. Now guys, I'm still very new in selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards on TCGplayer. So I've only got about 52 sales plus. But as you can see, you get a quick dashboard. Here's my customer service rating. So I'm at 100% positive, definitely wanna stay there. Now what's the most important here are these tabs that are on the top of your screen. So you have inventory, pricing, orders, messages, feedback, payments, reports, my details. Now guys, I wanna first show you something that's extremely important, and that is in the My Details tab. So one of the first things that you should do when you first open up your TCGplayer account and before you start putting up inventory is setting up your shipping settings. So go right here to the shipping settings button. Now, if you guys are in the United States and Canada, I would recommend you stay within there. If you guys want to have the opportunity to sell offshore, just know that international shipping is extremely expensive. I recommend you do your research before you go in and start plugging in some shipping rates there. But let's go ahead into the United States and I'm going to click edit shipping. So this is where you can go up and set up your shipping rates for everything within the US. Now, most things that you're going to be selling are considered small small, which is selling actual singles. Now, if you start going to medium, large, extra large, you would imagine those would actually be cases and boxes and things like that. So if you are selling that type of product, you can go ahead and plug into your shipping rates here. Now, if you look at small, I am a level 4 seller, so that's the highest seller that you can be on TCGplayer, which means I have access to dynamic shipping. So if I put $0 here, what that means is when you guys go on TCGplayer and you see it's 78 cents, but if you pay $5 or more, your shipping's free. That is the type of shipping that I have, which is dynamic shipping. Now, if you're just starting out, if you're a level 1, 2, or 3 seller on TCGplayer, which everybody starts out that way, you do not get dynamic shipping. So what you would want to do is probably have it at something like 99 cents. That's where I started until I made it to a level 4. Then I went ahead and switched it over to the dynamic shipping. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it for the dynamic shipping for this, but just know if you're starting, I would probably start at 99 cents. So you would go ahead and click save. In this example, I'm going to click cancel. One of the next most important things is the inventory tab, which is where we're actually going to go in and put in our inventory. So let's go ahead and click that. All right, so we're in the inventory tab. And this is where you can go and search the product that you're trying to add, and then you can go ahead and put it in your inventory. Now here's a quick little trick. If you only want to see the cards that you currently have in inventory, click My Inventory Only and then click Search. Now when you do that, you can go ahead and see all the different cards you currently have listed on TCGplayer. If you guys saw my Dual Overload opening, now you understand why you're seeing a lot of product that is Dual Overload that is currently on TCGplayer. So I want to quickly demonstrate how do you add cards to your inventory in TCGplayer. So I will go ahead and unclick My Inventory Only, and then I'm going to search a card that I want to add into the inventory. I'm going to go ahead and do Borreload Savage Dragon. So because there's only one printing, it went ahead and took me directly to Borreload Savage Dragon under Savage Strike. Now you can see right here, there's TCG lowest listing, TCG last sold listing, and the TCG market price. That's kind of essentially the average. So because this is the lowest listing right now, you can see it has $0 shipping because this person's probably using dynamic shipping. It's over $5, so it's free. So if I went ahead and clicked match, it'll go ahead and put it at the exact price. Now note, if my shipping was at 99 cents, this would show as $65.99 because it would actually reduce this by 99. So if it's truly matching my price, the lowest price, it's going to include my shipping in there as well, which is a good thing for you to know. Now, if I wanted to go ahead and undercut the lowest seller currently on TCGplayer because I want to move the card quickly, I could go ahead and just change this to $65, and that's going to be the lowest Borreload Savage Dragon that's going to show up and be at the top of the list when people search it. Now, if I have 1 or 2 quantities, I would go ahead and put that here. I'm going to go ahead and put 1, and then you would click save. Now, I do not have a Borreload Savage Dragon that I'm trying to sell on TCGplayer, so I'm going to go ahead and click clear inventory. So let's go ahead and do one more example, maybe something that might be a little more complex. So I'm going to go ahead and search Terraforming because I know Terraforming has tons of printings. So here are all the different printings of Terraforming. You can see that I have 3 posted right now under Dual Overload. That's why it's highlighted in green. And if you look here, it says in stock 3. Now, if it's lined out, that means I have none in stock for that particular set. So I can go ahead and click the one that I'm actually trying to sell. So let's say I have an ultimate rare from OTS Tournament Pack 5. I'll go ahead and click add. So you can see the picture over here on the left, and I can see the lowest pricing right now is $48.99 with $3.99 shipping. Now watch this. If I go ahead and click match, it's actually going to add the shipping to the price. Now you can see it's an exact match of the lowest cost currently in TCGplayer, which is also including shipping. Because my shipping's free, it's going to add their shipping to the overall cost. Now again, if I want to go ahead and undercut the market, I can go ahead and set this at $50 and put this as a quantity of 1. Now, if I feel the ultimate rare Terraforming is actually going to go up in value within the next few months, I can just go ahead and set this as $75 and just go ahead and let this sit in my inventory on TCGplayer. Because eventually, if there are buyouts, all the cheaper cards are going to be bought out, and then my card is going to end up being the lowest value card in the future. Now, this would be me taking an educated guess to go ahead and do that, and maybe if I see it sit too long, I can go ahead and just lower the cost and just try to sell it quickly. Now I went back to the main inventory screen again, and I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys the inventory I have. Now guys, one thing that is a little bit frustrating on TCGplayer is that you can't really do dynamic pricing for your actual sale price for your cards. So let's say maybe I wanna go and match my card to the lowest price every week or something like that. You have to go in and manually click manage. So I'm going into Cyframe Lord Lambda, and I would have to go in here. You see I had him listed at 1648 because he actually was that high a few months ago, but now you can see he's actually dropped to about 650. I feel like Cyframe Lord Lambda might go up in value in the future. I don't know if there's going to be another printing of him yet, so maybe I'm going to go ahead and change him to $10 because I feel he has an opportunity to go up in value because he's done it in the past. So I'm going to go ahead and click save. But now just realize you might want to set some time to go through all of your inventory and check whether or not you need to be updating the pricing if you're trying to move it quickly. And sometimes you could literally be just 20 cents more than what the market is showing, and your card's gonna be sitting in your inventory because people are gonna go and buy the exact same card for 20 cents less because that's just how it is. Now guys, another important thing that you need to set up when you're doing your TCGplayer account is your payment method. And this is how you are actually gonna receive payments from TCGplayer after your sales. So as you guys can see here, this is my estimated future payments. And estimated future payments is basically when you sell a card, as a seller, you are not going to see that money immediately go into your bank account. It's actually gonna sit for about a week or so because TCGplayer wants to make sure that the transaction fully goes through and there's gonna be no complaints from the buyer so that they're making sure they're getting their card and then they feel comfortable to go ahead and remit that money to me as the seller. Another very important button in my details is payment info. Now here on payment info, you can go ahead and put your bank name and your account number, and this is how TCGplayer is able to direct deposit money into your account after your sales go through. This is where you put your actual home address, PO box, or brick and mortar store, whatever you're working from. So the last thing that I want to show you guys, when you actually have a sale and you have an order in your queue. So it looks like I have one order that I need to attend to, so I'm going to go ahead and click the orders tab. So over here on the top, I can do quick searches if I have an order number, depending on how many sales that you have to filter through. If somebody like a month later is coming to you saying they never got their card, you can do a quick search here and find it. The line items highlighted in green are always going to be on the top, and those are the orders that are new that you need to attend to and fulfill. So I have an order right here for $22.30. I'm going to go ahead to the right side and click manage. And guys, as you can obviously see, I'm hiding information here because I don't want to be showing personal information of my customers. But if you scroll down to the bottom, you can see right here that the card that I sold is a Predaplant Verde Anaconda, and I sold it at $22.30. Now, because the order is over $20, TCGplayer recommends that you include tracking in your shipping. So over here, you can see add tracking number or ship without tracking. For me, anything that's under $15, I don't usually include tracking, and I'll just do regular stamped mail. But in this case, I'm going to be adding a tracking number. Now, if you guys are casually selling cards, I recommend just going to the post office, have them print out a first-class shipping label for you there. It's about $2.80 or $3 to ship within the US for first-class mail tracking. Now, if you guys are going to be doing a lot of shipping and you are selling a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I recommend getting a thermal printer. So a thermal printer does not require ink. It uses a special label which basically prints using heat. So I went ahead and looked on Amazon. If you guys would like a recommendation on thermal printer, I have one that's pretty good. It was about $120 or so. If you guys want a recommendation, let me know down in the comments below and I could point you to the printer that I use. A website that I highly recommend to print your shipping labels from is EasyShip. Before I used EasyShip, I was using stamps.com, and they kind of get you with a free trial and then they start charging you about $20 a month afterwards. And I found that I wasn't selling enough for $20 a month to be justifiable. And EasyShip just charges you for the package that you're shipping at the moment, and they do not charge you a monthly subscription fee. So now let's go ahead and jump right back in over here. So let's assume I have a tracking number. All I would do is click add tracking number, paste it here, So here's an order that I've already included tracking information for. I have the tracking number blocked out for privacy purposes. But as you guys can see here, it'll go ahead and populate. And as soon as this populates, my buyer is going to go ahead and get a notification via email saying your package has been shipped. Now, obviously, it's not going to make any progress until you actually go to the post office and drop it off. I like to go to the post office and have them physically scan it and get a receipt so that I know it's been passed along and my customer is going to be able to see in their tracking information that it's been taken by the post office. You can also see up here that you can print a package slip if you want to include a package slip inside of your envelope. And then usually what I like to do, just for a little added customer service, as soon as I click the button to either ship without tracking or add a tracking number and they get that notification, I contact them and I just let them know, hey, thank you for your order. I securely packaged your product. You should be getting it soon. After you get your product, please let us know how we did by leaving a review on TCGplayer. I like to do that. That way it keeps my customer ratings up, and also my customers get some assurance that their cards are coming to them. So that's my quick guide on how to use TCGplayer, and I hope you guys can see it's not as daunting as it may seem, and I hope you guys got something out of this. If you did, please let me know down in the comments below. I'd really like to know if this content helped, and if you guys want to see more content like this, please let me know. I can also show you guys my setup that I have when I actually sell Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I have a dedicated station in my house, and I have a dedicated area where I store product. If you guys would like to see my setup, I'd be happy to do a video on that as well. Again, let me know down in the comments below if that's something you're interested in. This might become its own series of how to sell product online. So before I end the video, I want to let you guys in on something that I've been working on. So because I'm always here telling you guys what product you should or should not invest in, or at least provide you recommendations, I want to also be able to point you guys in the direction of how you can get product for the lowest cost possible. Now, I recommend purchasing in cases. The more cases that you buy from a distributor, the lower you can get your overall cost per case. So what I'm trying to do is partner with one of my local OTS shops here in Colorado and have him help me do large pre-order purchases with his distributor, and then that way we can get a large volume discount on our overall product per case. So the lowest cost I've been able to find cases for core sets like Eternity Code, Rise of the Duelist, and also a product like Toon Chaos is about $650, and that's usually buying directly from somebody on Facebook. That is the lowest cost I've been able to find, especially not having a brick and mortar location. So I figured if I can find a way to get that cost lower than $650, I've not only helped myself, but I've helped you guys to be able to get your cost down so that you can better profit on your investments. So I'm gonna look into this a little bit more. As I start figuring this out, I'll talk about it more with you guys. If you guys are interested in something like that, please let me know down in the comments below, and I can continue working through this and building the connections so that we can work together in buying and selling Yu-Gi-Oh product and making profit on our investments. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm looking forward to the next one. We'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.